Hello and welcome to What Keeps You Awake.tv. It's time again to dive into the hustles, the hurdles, and the highs that keep small business leaders up at night. I'm your host, David Hooser, and once again, excited to welcome our guest, Todd Spitzer.
Thank you for having me again, sir.
So Todd, we had previously talked about Ion Jets, but I also mentioned previously he's a serial entrepreneur. He also founded a company called Wildfire.
Yep.
It's a private company offering firefighting resources to local and federal government emergency agencies, correct?
Yeah, we also do private homes too, yeah.
And private residences or companies, I would assume.
Yep, companies, compounds, you name it.
And so kind of if we go back to Palisades and all the impact that had, you might, for example, have a client in that community that pays you to provide additional or specific services to them.
Yeah, in fact, the idea for Viper came about last year. It was after I myself have been, a wildland firefighter for 4 years.
Okay.
And so when you go out on a fire, it's called a roll. And so I've been on multiple rolls and saw the contractors that were out there. And so the entrepreneurial side of me was like, let me dive into this a little bit. And obviously jets and fires, two very diverse businesses. So I like diversity in my endeavors. And so it started about a year ago, but to your point about the Palisades really amped it to get it going.
Sure.
We had to pass up what almost equated to $6 million of work. We weren't ready. We weren't. No. This was actually private.
It was private.
We actually, through one other of our partner firms that we work with, they had 6 homes that had hundreds of millions of dollars worth of artwork in the Malibu area.
Okay. Gotcha.
And they were begging for us to get down there, not only protect the house, but also get some of their assets out. And unfortunately, at that time, we were not ready. And I never like to pass up money, but also because the gravity of it and what was going on, I didn't want to overpromise and not deliver. And so we did a huge push forward, and the fire season started about 2 months ago here in Arizona, and we've already been dispatched multiple times on multiple fires already.
But those have been government.
That's government,
projects. Mm-hmm. So let's imagine what's happening. So there's a local emergency team, staff, resource component. If they reach capacity in a given situation, they might reach out and contract to Wildfire to provide additional resources. Okay.
Yeah. So the way it happens, let's use an example. You had up at the Navajo reservation, we just had a big one.
Okay.
It's pretty much winding down now. But we have what's called a Type 6 fire truck, which is if you look at it online, it kind of looks like a pickup truck front with a firefighting back end.
Okay.
Very popular truck. It's considered an initial attack vehicle. And so just around the time that fire started, we got requested to be on what's called a strike team. So a lot of times during the fire season, in certain areas that have historically popped up fires, they bring in tons of resources just to sit, just in case. So, the biggest goal is to try and keep fires 10 acres or under. And once it goes to 10 acres or over, it can kind of turn into a different scenario. And so, we were out, we were actually dispatched to the Sholo area and kind of sit and wait a little bit. But then as that 2 weeks progressed, they were chasing lightning strikes and going out to, I think they did go up to Navajo. I think that was called the Oak Fire, if I remember correctly. And
so they stay local. So if you got a contract in Sholo, you're sitting there, your team.
Yeah.
How many typically? You have a truck or 2 trucks? And
we have 5 pieces of apparatus. At that time, the local or the federal government, it's called an RO, request order.
Yeah.
At that point, they were only looking for that particular type of vehicle, the Type 6. They wanted an initial attack vehicle. Okay. And so that one consisted of 3 crew members. There is an engine boss, which is, it's kind of like a captain title.
Sure.
And then 2 firefighters on there. Yeah. And so they were gone for 2 weeks.
And they stayed deployed in that region during that particular weather pattern situation they're worried about. Yeah. Yeah.
And Arizona, it seems like we've had a lot of fires, but it seems to have been a little bit of a late start this year. Usually Arizona's a little bit earlier. So I'm not a huge, crazy expert like some of the other folks are, but it's either going to happen this season or it might not, or it might be later. Do you know what I'm saying? Sure. So they keep resources all over the state. It's less expensive for them to have people sitting than having something that blows up out of control.
Consumes massive amounts.
Thousands of acres and homes and stuff,
Yeah, well, the overall impact is huge economically to any region.
Oh, yeah, California and Maui are still dealing with it. It's devastating. It's when you see it on the front lines of it. I can tell you from being a structure firefighter, it's a whole different animal.
So why does the government not go ahead and have that type of resource pool available to them? I guess it's more efficient for them to keep their typical needs met, and then contract out for any kind of burst mode or.
Well, you've got 3 entities. You've got the federal government, which is like, have you ever seen the green trucks? Like the forestry trucks.
Okay, forestry.
Those are forestry.
Yeah. Right.
And then you've got state resources. So Arizona State has their own forestry.
Okay.
And then you have the actual local fire districts or things like that have equipment,
red
right?
Fire trucks.
Yeah, like
Metro.
So let me use Gila County, for example, since that's what I'm mostly familiar with, the Tonto National Forest area.
Okay.
At any given time, there's tons of federal and local resources, but we have such a diverse and large national forest system here in Arizona that a lot of times a fire pops out, they won't even do anything right away. They're watching it. It's not really threatening anything.
Right.
They're not going to put resources on it until they see what happens.
Right.
But what they try to do is historically look and say, okay, in the month of June or July, the Tonto National Forest is pretty, we might be a little bit whatever. So they'll take Prescott National Forest, Coconino National Forest. Right. Sometimes they'll bring people from Montana, Colorado, and where their area is late in the season.
Right.
And they'll bring them down here to cover. Again, when you get a fire that kind of goes and gets out of control, especially if there's homes involved or in and around the area, it can tax the system pretty quickly, because then you can't pull everybody from the Prescott National Forest out over here, because they still need to have.
They still need
it's a balancing act. So the way I look at it is the federal and state. I've known many of these guys and gals. They're wonderful people. They have a very good system in place, but just like anything, it could tax the system, and so that's where they'll pull from the private side and the contract side.
Got it. And so, what do you think? So you started. That's a significant investment, though. These trucks got to be.
Well, I got to give a shout out to my wife Cindy, because she's a very understanding wife right now. I have a lot of expensive lawn ornaments in front of my house right now in the form of fire trucks. And so next year we're building a garage for those, but it is to buy one engine, depending on if you're going used or new or what year, whatever it is, can range anywhere from, at the low end, $30,000, all the way up to $300,000-$400,000. Yes. And then just to outfit it, once you buy it, just to outfit it is anywhere between $20,000 to $25,000. And so it took. And then you're waiting for a fire. Do you get what I mean? Right. And so that's why I hate the entrepreneurial side of me started. I don't like seeing equipment sitting.
Right.
To me, if it's sitting, it's costing. If it's moving, it's making. Right. And so that's why we dived into the private home side. Palisades, I never like to use a disaster as a marketing tool per se, but I think we could all agree Palisades kind of showed that there was inefficiencies and there was a need. And so what is an entrepreneur, right? You find a need and you fill the you fulfill the need. And so we just had a great meeting in LA yesterday, where again, 4 or 5 homes have signed up for it. And what is cool about it is these are homes that lost their insurance. You have a home that's 30,000 square foot, 50 acres, big compound, and they're not insured.
Right.
So now we're able to help them get some sort of coverage. And then those who have insurance, what's great about it is through our SOPs and the company that we're working with that kind of got the accounts for us, they were actually able to help, if they have insurance, actually reduce their premiums because they actually have some. So it's kind of it's a cool feeling too.
So now you mentioned you're using some third party, I guess, we'll say brokers, sales.
No, so the way that the private side came up, we were already set up on the, even though our company's name is Viper, VYPER, the actual government is VIPR. So I don't want to confuse the two, but we already had ourselves situated. We were just going to put trucks on Viper contracts and just kind of go with there. But Palisades really hit home. I saw it firsthand. We were actually going through that. I was on, our fire department was going out through that way to go pick up a new fire truck that we got donated. And we saw it firsthand. And hearing some of the guys and gals firsthand stories of what they saw, which is not appropriate for, it was horrific.
That's right.
And so my thought was, all right, well, again, there's the business side. I want to keep trucks moving and things like that, but there's the humanity side. And it's taken off pretty well. And I didn't know how to breach that. So there was another company in California that fortunately at the same time was looking for an operational resource.
Okay.
They had the whole, they go into, they changed their name now, but at the time we were talking to them, their name was Net New Group. They specialize in going to your home and completely fire hardening your home.
Okay.
So they go through and fire harden it, get it all, as best as possible prepared for a fire situation. Right. They were missing the one element of when everything hit the fan, the tactical side. Yeah. And so we told them, we were like, we're still new, and they were like, well, we're new too. So we're growing kind of together with it. And it's cool to see the proof of concept for those first 5 homes.
Well, that's interesting. So will you grow? I mean, again, just to get started, you've got 5 or 6, apparatus. You say I just call them fire trucks.
Fire trucks, yeah.
And that covers you. I could see you growing this business to be very large.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I mean, as we talked about in the previous podcast, I mean, I love my company and what we built on Ion Jets, but I think just like anybody, when you get into something for so long, it kind of I don't want to use stale. I don't know what word I want to look at. Any entrepreneur wants that new have that new itch scratched. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And so, and as much as I love being in the business and owning it and running it, I'm also the same type of guy that would be sitting in the back of my own truck, just having fun fighting some fire, and no one would even know that I owned it. You know what I'm saying? Like even on the Ion side of it, I love being in the mix and doing everything. So it to me, the fire side of it, it's fun. It's exciting. I love the adrenaline rush of it. Don't get me wrong. But I also love knowing, again, that we're helping the community. And then it also kind of helps me keep this down a little bit too. So it keeps me in shape. Yeah.
So how do you staff for this? Because you could set for months and trucks don't move. And then you could all of a sudden for the next 2 months be in the middle of one of the biggest situations you could imagine.
Well, the good thing about it is the whole industry as a whole is like that. Okay. So what's nice is the firefighters that we work with, the wildland guys, most of them are used to this. I kind of use they're kind of a, guns for hire type deal. You know what I mean? They'll go where the fire is, and so it's not uncommon for them to be on 5 or 6 different companies' rosters, whoever kind of goes first type deal.
First, or depending on the region of need. You work with this company versus.
Yeah. So we currently right now, what's nice is we have 3 guys that are on that type 6. And we now call it being vipered out. Like we took the truck and vipered it out. It looks nice. It's really,
Gotcha.
cool looking. It's really great. And so they fall in love with the truck and they kind of took it as their own. And so this crew is kind of constantly going on that truck. But if we have something pop out that we have a full roster, and we'll fly people in if we need to.
You have that connection.
Yeah, well. And it's interesting you mentioned that, because on these 5 clients that are picked up on the private fire side, inadvertently we were able to add into evacuation through ion jets, like if we needed to as well. So it's blended in a lot. But yeah, the crews, man, I'm telling you, some of the guys and gals are just some of the most wonderful folks to deal with, and they get it, they understand it. And so they know, like, in fire season, they almost carry all of their equipment with them everywhere they go. And if you have to go, you got to go.
Yeah.
Like in my truck right now, all of my gear is still in there.
So if you get a call right now, the end of this podcast.
Yep, I will go. Yeah. So I still love getting in the mix and getting dirty.
I don't mean having to be in the situation is cool, but it's just, it's cool to know you're ready. Any given situation that happens, you get that call, you're ready.
Yeah, I mean, none of us like to see anybody's homes get destroyed or things like that, but there's a huge pride in knowing that you're kind of one of the few folks that can respond in a certain way.
Right.
And we took a lot of the lessons we learned in ION and how we treat our staff. Like, not to digress to that, but like I didn't get to mention it earlier because we just had such a good conversation. But like, we take our staff on a cruise every year.
Yeah,
right? Or we take them on a vacation. We do a great, so we're bringing that element into the fireside. So our Christmas this year is going to include all the staff from Viper, all the staff from ION, and there's not really many companies doing that in this fire contracting world. And so we've had a really, really good time in getting to know these guys and gals. And I could give you an example. 2 gals that they worked for another contractor company. Our first time getting rolled out, like, we had to get going. Of course, many entrepreneurs can tend to be a little procrastination on a few things.
Sure.
And so I thought I'd have a few more days to get the truck ready. We got the call at 10 o'clock at night that you have to be gone at 6 in the morning. And these 2 gals that work as firefighters for another contracting company, I posted I needed help. They came to the house up, where I told you where I live, at midnight.
Wow.
And they stayed until we got the truck ready. And it's just been such a huge blessing to work with these crews, and it's been a huge blessing. It was to give you a little background, our engine number is 621, right? And the co-founder of the company with me on this one, his birthday is 621, so we picked it for that, right?
Oh, gotcha.
And it was really, really neat. He was on his birthday this few weeks ago, so on 621. His birthday, engine 621 was out and actually helped save a few homes. And so it was such a cool, intrinsic, it was a cool feeling. Yeah.
So are every truck uniquely numbered?
Yeah, that's the cool thing about the
state. Is it local? Is it?
No, I mean, you can number it how you want to.
Okay.
When you get onto a fire through the incident command system, they kind of give you your own engine number so they can kind of keep things in play, just so there's no 2 engine 621s there or whatever. I wanted my buddy who went on it with me, he is nothing around fire side of it. He just we both really, really enjoy diversified portfolios in business, right? Sure. So he was like, hey, can I come in on this with you? I was like, okay, sure. And I trust him enough. He's on my life insurance policy next to my wife. He's one of my best friends, right? But it was just kind of a cool thing. I wanted him to feel a part of it. And so that's why I was like, hey, I was like, I got a surprise for you. So we did 621, but what I didn't realize is that's a type 6 fire truck. So it was kind of neat to have the six there.
Six on it.
Yeah.
So where next? I mean, so you build up a presence in Viper Fire in Arizona.
Yep.
In Southern California.
Believe it or not, those Viper contracts will cover what's called Region 3, which actually bleeds into New Mexico, Arizona, I believe a little bit of Nevada, and then California.
Okay. So you could be called into the government Viper contract
at any time.
RO request for service in any part of that given region. That's how the federal government establishes the...
they'll put what's called a request order, an RO, and then if you can go, you got to get up and get going. And to answer your question on what's next, I'm seeing a lot of inefficiencies and bureaucracy and red tape within a lot of emergency response situations, and that's not the firefighter's fault. That's way up, right?
Sure.
And what we would like to do is, I have a little bit of a tactical background too, and so what I would love to see is, some sort of an engine or a system that has not only search and rescue capabilities, rope rescue, drone capabilities to be able to kind of do, I would love to have some sort of like a FEMA response vehicle that can really help in flooding, search and rescue, and not just fire too. I have no idea how that's going to go, but it's kind of a goal and a little passion for me, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, good luck to that. And thanks again for joining us and letting us know what's going on with Viper Fire.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And so if someone's trying to get a hold of Viper Fire, what do they do?
There's the website's viperfire.com, and Viper is VYPER. And there's no cool way except for VIPER was taken. So I had to figure out a way to do it. I'd love to talk to anybody, insurance folks that like there's a lot of agents that are losing people. So if we can help them work with an underwriter to maybe give that underwriter a little bit more of a warm and fuzzy feel. We'd love to do that. Otherwise, I think one of the things that I'd really love to put out there is it's very heavy community based. So if there's anything we can do, like we work a lot with, there's a very wonderful woman named Sunny Parker who works with Arizona Foothills 911. It's a very amazing charity up north in the Cave Creek Carefree area, but it does statewide. We want to do things to help them raise some funds. We want to do, if somebody would just love to see the trucks or have some fun with it, let us know. And also too, a lot of this can tend to be privately towards the high net worth individuals and things like that. But we're also going to be very big on if we see an area that's underserved or an area that is,
from a core services standpoint.
Yeah, I have no problem in dispatching a truck to something just to be there for folks.
Gotcha.
And so I think it's just going to evolve. It's only in its first 6-7 months, so it's going to evolve. But just like Ion was a disruptor on a lot of things, I have no problem in poking the bear and pushing the bear a little bit and being a little bit of a 5'8" Napoleon self and kind of poke the bear a little bit and kind of have some fun and see where we can disrupt it.
All right. Yeah. Very cool. All right, everyone. Thanks again for joining us for this episode. If you are looking at, would you look for investors to come on from a asset?
I'm open to that. That's one as far as this company, and especially like we talked about the cost.
Yeah.
I have no problem. It'd be wonderful to talk to folks that would like to, and also even if anybody who's interested in firefighting or wants to learn about it, we're going to be hiring crew.
Yeah. So crew, if you're an investor and want to be a part of something, it sounds essential or critical and opportunistic with the insurance standpoint.
Yeah. If there's we're at a point right now where we can be molded into whatever we kind of need. And so I think that's a unique opportunity to talk to some insurance folks or underwriters and be like, okay, where's the problem?
Right.
And then what do we do as entrepreneurs?
We work with you to solve.
How do we solve it? Yeah.
Or if you're an individual with an asset that you want to protect, in a unique way. So let us know. And again, remember to like or subscribe to whatkeepsyouawake.tv. We'll look for you guys on a future episode. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for having me on.
Todd.
Thank you.